All right, well, we are back in here working on this thing, finally. Long time coming, which I was only waiting on one thing and I've got it. So here it is. The manifold for it, come up pretty good. This has been ceramic coated, so it usually just comes with black paint on it. But I wanted to get it all ceramic coated. But yeah, nice quality manifold. Everything looks good. I got this this piece welded on extra, the external gate piece. It is actually welded in the wrong spot, which is a bit of a bummer, because then I have to change some stuff under there to fit it. But whatever, it shouldn't be too hard. But yeah, I got it the other day. It was a few weeks late, but whatever, at least it's here now. And as soon as I got it, I took it down to Race Coatings in Warrigal to get it ceramic coated. This chrome stuff they do is the most effective coating they do. It reduces outside heat by a far higher % than anything else they do. So although like black would obviously look a little bit better in this case, but I'm all about the function over form. So I wanted the best heat effective stuff I could get. And I took the wastegate exhaust bit there and the exhaust housing of the turbo there as well. So it comes up pretty nice actually. They had a super quick turnaround actually. It was done, I got dropped off one morning the other day and it was done the next lunchtime. So like a day really, it was done. So I picked it up after work. So that was like, it's a long weekend now and I was sort of hoping it would be done by a long weekend. So here we are, I can piece it all together. Unfortunately, due to postage problems, which is fair enough, but the postage is just chaos at the moment. I am waiting on 2 other bits to completely finish this off, which is like annoying, but it is like fair enough. So I just have to wait for them. So I can't actually finish it today. I was hoping to get the manifold, turbo, everything bolted on, because then it's got to go to Scotty's at Chickerell Street Exhaust to get the exhaust made, and then on the dyno. So I can do what I can today. I'll probably still put it in this video when I get all the other stuff. I've got to piece it all together, get an oil feed line made, and then yeah, I can take it into Scotty. So we'll get cracking on putting this stuff together. I do actually have to finally get some bloody tyres on them rims. It's a horrible job and I've been putting it off for a while. So that's something I'll probably do as well. And then, yeah, hopefully, you know, I can piece it all together and we'll be driving this thing in no time. All right, so I've got all the little pieces together, put the wastegate back together. These come with a 13-pound spring. You can get 7s and higher as well. When I bought this, I still didn't know I was buying this forged motor. So I was a little bit nervous, like 13-pound, maybe a little bit high for base pressure. Because without the water meth, I just, like in this particular case, have the tune without water meth real safe. So if I have a failure when I'm racing or whatever, I can still flog the piss out of it to get back to the finish box without having to worry if it's pinging or carrying on. So yeah, I was a bit nervous thinking like, 13-pound base pressure. I was hoping sort of for like 9 or 8 or 9 or whatever. But now we've got the forge motor, so 13 pounds probably sweet, because we'll probably be running 20 or so in it with the water meth. So 13 is probably not bad base pressure. So I'll put you on the time lapse. We'll slap this back together and put the turbo back together and see how it looks. Alright, so I've got it together. The chrome actually looks pretty cool. I've got the same stuff on my wagon. All the exhaust stuff, the manifold, the wastegate and the turbo exhaust housing is the same. It's got the same stuff. But the intake and a bit of other stuff that's not super high heat, it's just got black stuff on it. So it's all the same, yeah, all the same stuff from Race Coatings in Warrigal. That was done a few years ago now. It still looks good. So yeah, this, at least this way, you know, it doesn't take long before all this hot stuff, you know, you smash it through a few bog holes and that and get mud on it, and then the mud bakes on there and it goes rusty and it just like looks pretty crap. So this will stay nice and shiny and also offer, yeah, like a blanket of heat, so keeps the heat inside. Won't be melting any lines or anything that's nearby. Not that I do anyway, but that's the go. All right, like I said at the start, yeah, the wastegate won't fit. So what I've got to do is, if you can see in here, get rid of that. So the wastegate's about here somewhere, and it hits on this top radiator hose. So I've got to somehow bend it out of the way, but still retain the same angle here and the same height, so I can so these top ones work. So I'll probably play around with that a little bit now, see if I can get the oxy in there and bend it out of the way. All right, well, I've just got it sitting on there. It actually looks good. Looks real good. But what I ended up doing is, I didn't want to do it, but I ended up cutting the radiator lines back, which is something I didn't really want to do, but I sort of had no other option. I just wasn't going to fit them underneath. So hopefully when it goes to Scotty's at Chickerell Street, he can fix that up, because he originally done them. So hopefully he can just extend these, you know, cut them off and work it out. So he's a magician. Hopefully he can figure it out, because it is pretty tight. So, and it is actually, the turbo is a fair bit further out actually on this manifold compared to the other one. And I'm having a couple clearance issues there. I think I can spin that. So that's pretty tight there. It should be sweet though. And yeah, it all looks good. There's plenty of room with these manifolds. Obviously the other manifolds, the turbo flange is like between 4 and 5, and this is between 3 and 4. So it's further forward, so there's heaps of room to get a nice 90 dump in there, tee the wastegate into it, and it should fit down there pretty snug. So heaps better than the other one. But yeah, that's on. So, all right, well, it's been a week or two since I've been in here, but it is booked in to go to Scotty's at Chickerell Street in a couple of days. So I've just been finalising everything. I can't even remember where I was up to, but I put the gaskets, the genuine individual multi-layer steel gaskets, and bolted the manifold on. Got a gasket for the turbo, bolted that on properly. And yeah, I've got all the lines and that. It all looks kind of messy, I suppose, but I just want, like, everything's got to be up and out of the way, so there's no real hiding it. And yeah, everything's at least easily accessible. Couple hoses I still got to hook up, but yeah, turbo's plumbed up. I've done a drain, which is hard, but it's a steel braided line with AN fittings. Got the radiator lines where hopefully Scotty can make it work. So everything's on. So when it goes there, he's got to do the exhaust. I'll probably get a bigger muffler put in than last time. Last time I had like just a resonator in it, but I'll probably put a reasonable sized muffler in it, because I like the way the wagon sounds, and that's got a big muffler in it. And he's got to do the intercooler piping, which shouldn't be too hard for him, and probably intake pipe, and yeah, radiator lines, exhaust. So don't know how long that'll take him, but yeah, I've got to take it there at the start of the week, so might be done by the weekend depending on how busy he is. So once I get it back from that, yeah, I'll fire it up, and then we can take it to the dyno. So I've got to actually book that in too, now that I've said that. So I thought while I'm doing it, I may as well show you. It may come in handy for a few of yous. So if your gear stick, it's in neutral, if you've got to put it in gear and it's like that, very sloppy, that's the bushes in there. So I got these a while ago thanks to the guys at Roadrunner Off-Road. So I've got to put these in. So I'll quickly show you how to do it. It's pretty easy. So once you get the surround and everything off, that's probably the hardest bit. I don't know if you can see in here, there's two circlips. There's a bigger one and a smaller one. If you pull out the bigger outer one, you flick that circlip out, and then the whole gear stick assembly should come out. So that's a two-handed job.
Cheeky little bugger. That was not supposed to happen. Don't lose the spring that just come out of that.
So the little bush on the end of the stick's been a bit of a prick and it's stuck in there. So what you do to get this bush off is there's another circlip here. So pull that circlip off and then this bush will come off. And then what I'm going to do is then just try and push this into the bush in the box and try and bloody get it out somehow. All right, I lied. The hardest bit is if this little bugger gets stuck in the box. That was a good 15 minutes of piss farting around trying to get that out. I ended up smashing it up with a screwdriver and pulling it out with some pliers. So yeah, that's all it is. So this clips onto the end of the gear stick. I don't know, you might need 2 hands to do it. And then we'll bang the new bush on there and just reverse the procedure. Drop it in the box, circlip on, and should be nice and tight. All right, well, it's in. And as you can see, it's a fair bit tighter. We'll put it in neutral, put it in gear. So that's a good little mod. If, you know, people might tell you, oh, the box is flogged out. I don't know what them bushes are worth, 30, 20 bucks or something. Quick job, slap them in and enjoy slamming gears. And job done. So next off, take it into town. All right, well, I'm just about to take it into town. Whiz her on the tilt, keep sliding her out, make life bloody easy, whiz it on that thing and take it into Scotty's. Bit easier to use, the big girl. Well, it's a fast way of loading the car. I ain't going nowhere. Let's go. All right, well, I'll wrap the video up here. I'm just gonna drop that off and hopefully he's done soon, but it doesn't matter, it's done when it's done. So yeah, as soon as we get back, you'll know about it and yeah, organise to get on the dyno and then we can continue to flog the piss out of it. So if you like the video, do all the normal stuff and I'll see you on the next one.